In this video, we'll be going over the top 5 must-know moves for JUN and Tekken 8. The first move we'll be going over is Sidestep 4, which we can access just by pressing up or down and then pressing 4. Sidestep 4 is one of JUN's most oppressive moves in her move list. This is because the multiple benefits that this move has when you use it, and the follow-up is very accessible both on hit and on block. So on hit we can get a very easy follow-up. Using any of your throws after this heat engager will be a frame trap. So after this heat engager, your opponent can't move, mash, or power crush, which means you'll be able to follow this move up 100% of the time without being worried about getting mashed. And then here's another quick sequence with your heat engager, setting up Genjutsu Heat Smash. With the amount of plus frames we get here, we can pressure options very easily. Now moving on to this Sidestep 4 on block. The best thing about this move is that it's plus 6 on block. You can see Jin stumbling away a little bit, but that doesn't affect our follow-up as much, as if I use throw immediately after, it connects and also becomes a frame trap. So in this situation, Jin can only duck, as if he tries to mash or move, he's going to get thrown. The big value of having plus 6 on block is that we can press down forward 2 immediately after, and frame trap a down forward 2, which gives us this big launcher and potentially the wall. But notice how any move that is slower than down forward 2 will immediately get jabbed out of and lose that interaction. So if I use 1+2 after Sidestep 4 is blocked, this becomes uninterruptible. And then here I'll just show you some less committal options like down forward 1-1 and down forward 1. Throwing afterwards is also a great uninterruptible option. Now I'll talk to you about a little bit more advanced techniques with this move. With the plus 6 on block, we can choose to move around and use Sidestep 4 again. However, there's a right and wrong way to do this. If you use Sidestep 4 and immediately go into Sidestep 4, there's a very high chance you're going to get jabbed or mashed out. What you'll really want is JUN to complete her sidestep before pressing 4 again. If you rush the sidestep part, then the move will actually come out too fast and then we won't have enough time to evade. Now I'll just demonstrate what it looks like when you do it too fast. I'm pressing Sidestep 4 immediately after pressing Sidestep 4 and getting mashed. Now I'll give JUN some time to complete her sidestep. And watch how much cleaner and easier this is to do. With using movement after Sidestep 4, the big takeaway is just never to rush it. The next move we'll be looking at is down back 2. One good sequence is if our opponent likes to mash after getting hit by down back 2, we can use while standing 4 and easily beat their approach. This move is really good for setting up full crouch setups like full crouch down forward 3 and full crouch down forward 2. Using these two moves in a sequence is a great way to open up your opponent's defense. So if we were to use full crouch down forward 2 after down back 2 is hit, we could potentially get full crouch down forward 2 on counter hit and then get this full launcher and maybe the wall. Opening ourselves up to this type of offense will create better scenarios for us in general. So I highly recommend practicing this sequence right here. Down back 2 and a full crouch down forward 2. Now let's go back to the evasion of this move. While down back 2 doesn't instantly crush highs, it will evade at the tail end of the animation. So I'm setting this move up with some plus frames just to show you how the evasion works. You can see at the end of this animation, we are easily going under these highs. Down back 2 on counter hit gives us this leg holding animation. All this means for us is that we have some extra time to pressure our follow up. Down back 2 is also really good to set up sidesteps. The next move we'll talk about is Izumo 4-1 and Izumo forward 1+2. Izumo 4-1 is JUN's Hell Sweep. We're going to use this attack to effectively open up our opponent's defense. This is her bread and butter for stand blocking opponents, albeit it's a little risky. We can easily pressure Oki options on a successful Izumo 4-1. We can also loop Izumo 4-1 infinitely if our opponent doesn't react. Now there will be situations where your opponent spots the Izumo spin and blocks low. However, this is why we have Izumo forward 1+2. Izumo forward 1+2 is what we use when we've conditioned our opponents with Izumo 4-1. This means that our opponent can't just duck safely because they're always going to be at risk of getting hit by this move. It will also track any attempts at sidestepping. On counter hit, our opponent ends up doubling over, which gives us a lot of frames to work with. We can also get a mini combo by pressing 1+2 or back 4-2. And the risk of using this move isn't very high, as on block we're only -9. I would get comfortable executing the mini combo on counter hit as well. The next move we'll talk about is while standing 1+2. While standing 1+2 has decent plus frames on hit and also covers a lot of range. If we were to land while standing 1+2, we can frame trap with moves like 1+2. The best thing about while standing 1+2 is that anytime we get this on counter hit, we get a full combo and potentially get the wall. This could be anywhere from 40 to 60% damage depending on the combo that you're using. The better we get at gauging this range, the better we'll have a chance of landing it. This is also a very easy space trap for mashing opponents. Anyone who wants to mash after while standing 1+2 is blocked runs the risk of whiffing. Here JUN is using hop kick right after while standing 1+2 is blocked. So here I'll just demonstrate again. JUN does his hop kick, we do a backdash, and then we can whiff punish from there. Since we're already so far away after this is blocked, this is a very easy whiff punish. We also have the ability to sidestep after this move, however I would be very careful about using sidestep unless you have a read. This is because tracking ends up being an issue if you don't know what you're stepping. Now we'll talk about the last move, which is forward 1+2. Forward 1+2 is a fantastic neutral move for JUN, as it leaves you at +6 on block, and we can frame trap using a few tools. We can use down forward 2 if we have a hard read that they might mash, then we can combo after. We can also use slightly less committal moves like down forward 1, or we can throw. This is again putting our opponent in a situation where they have no choice but to guess, and if they guess wrong, they lose the interaction. Now if they end up losing too many interactions because of your frame trap, they might end up just standing around after blocking forward 1+2. However, they can't do this for long, as the chip damage will add up very quickly. If they're waking up from the ground and they have to block forward 1+2, that puts them in another situation where they have to guess. If you're struggling with climbing up the ranks and want private coaching, click the link in the description below. And as always, have a great day guys. Want to take your Asuka to pro level? My exclusive Medify course has everything you need, each broken down in easy to follow videos. Get the course for a one-time price and get lifetime access and free updates.